Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex and normally I'm a pet portrait and animal artist, but for this video I'm going to be swapping my paints and paintbrushes for a big box of colourful oil pastels that I was kindly sent by Arrtx. Painting has always been a big passion of mine and it's always been a hobby for as long as I can remember. Over the last few years that's developed into a full-time business, so I have a pet portrait business and I'm always painting pets or animals, which I love to do, but it is going to be really refreshing to use something different. I never really use oil pastels. So yeah, the plan is to have a little play around with them. I'm going to colour swatch all the colours first and then choose my favourite shades. There is 48 in the box, so I think that's probably too many to use in one piece. So I'll pick out my favourite ones and yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of experimentation. I do have a couple of abstract pieces that I'm already working on. I've been working on them for a few weeks now. I will show you them a bit later, but they are acrylic and oil paints at the moment. But I'm going to work over them in these pastels and yeah, I'm really excited, so let's get going. I've swatched out all of the oil pastels and from these I chose my favourites. I think there was around 14 favourites in total. These were not only my favourites in terms of colour but also the ones that were softest. This is really important with oil pastels, that they're soft and buttery. So yeah, just ones that I liked the texture of as well. I have plans for two smaller abstract pieces on paper, which is what I'm going to be working on now. These are going to be more kind of experimental, so I can get a feel for how the oil pastels blend, how they lay on top of each other, if my colour palettes work well together, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to move on to my very, very large abstract, which you can see hanging up on the wall behind the piece that I'm working on at the moment. And I've already laid down some acrylic and oil paint on this and it's all dry, so I should be ready to do some oil pastel work over the top. I've been doing some mark making on this large canvas, and yeah, the pastels are going on really nicely and it's so much fun as well. I've done some different kind of marks. I've done some straight lines, some dots, some circles. What I'm going to try and do now is knock back some of the areas. Some of them I'm going to leave, but others, like this area here with the circles, I really love the kind of different effect that's made, but I just think it stands out too much. So I want to go over it with a layer of transparent paint. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is put some gesso over the top. I've got some clear gesso. Okay, the gesso is on and I'm just going to leave that to dry. Whilst that is drying, I'm going to bring in 3 other abstract pieces that I'm working on. These are hopefully going to go up in my bedroom. And a great tip for if you want to create your own abstract pieces and you don't normally do abstracts and you're looking for inspiration, go over to Pinterest. There is so much inspiration and so many different ideas on there. You can type in something like abstract colour palettes, and then you can match what's already in your house in your different rooms to the colour palettes they suggest on Pinterest. That's what I did with the next 3 pieces I'm bringing in, so let me show you them. So these are the 3 smaller pieces and they're intended to work together as a set. This one's actually on linen and that has been a joy to paint on. So I'm going to add a bit of pastel onto these now. First up, I'm going to go with Macaron Pink. This is bringing me so much joy. It's so fun. I would definitely recommend doing some abstracts if you don't normally do them, just for a little break in your usual routine. I have been very, very subtle with the mark making on these. Just some little straight lines and some kind of bigger geometric shapes. I'm going to do a bit more acrylic work over the top and then maybe add some more marks after that. I've got to do I think I've done the edges on that one. I've got to do the edges on the other ones as well. But yeah, I'm really liking the way they are looking. I love the colour palettes. This one's slightly darker because I actually put a really dark blue colour as the base layer, and I didn't do that on these two, so that's why that one's looking darker. But I kind of like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a bit more work to these. I love this little addition to my studio. It's so handy. I just put everything on there and just wheel it around wherever I'm working. Yeah, it's just genius. I love it. I nearly spent about £130, I think it is, on the Medan one. I couldn't justify spending that much money. And then I saw this one in the charity shop for £10. So yeah, complete bargain. Ta-da! I just popped this one into a frame that I had in my studio and I really, really love it. I was going to do a bit more work to it, but I think you can overwork oil pastels fairly quickly, so I decided to leave it. And now I've just got to think where to put it in my house. I might leave it in my studio for now. Yeah, but I really, really love it and it's so much fun to do. I highly recommend just making a small mini like this if you've got some oil pastels laying around, or just go and grab a set because they're so much fun to make and a really simple, easy way to brighten up your home with some of your own artwork. And I'm still working on this one as well. That gesso worked really well in these areas. They're completely non-smudgeable when you put that on. So yeah, if you're thinking of layering with oil pastels on a big abstract piece or even a small abstract piece, then that clear gesso is really, really great. This is still a work in progress. I've been working on it for weeks now, and yeah, I just love adding bits to it every now and again. Eventually it's going to go up in my hallway. I think I'll be sad to see this go in my studio because it really brightens up my studio as well. And then the last one that I'm working on, just give you a quick update, these three, which are very, very subtle use of the oil pastels. But again, I'm just going to keep layering them up. Not completely 100% happy with them yet, but I'll keep going with them. And yeah, these will be up in my bedroom soon. Popped them all together. Look how colourful it all looks. So much fun. I'm back to the pet portraits tomorrow. If you've made it to this point in the video, then thank you so much for watching. I've just been editing all the footage and I wanted to do a quick outro. I've had loads of fun with the oil pastels. It's been nice to have a break from the pet portraits. However, normality has already resumed. I'm doing a little mini, working on this one at the moment, and I've got a craft fair coming up this weekend, so I'm starting to organise and prepare for that. That means that my next video is going to be a craft fair vlog. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more videos from me. Yeah, take care and hopefully see you in my next one.